Hello. Give me a short moment. I just need to... I need to make YouTube post. This one doesn't work. This one? Well, maybe this one. Let's do that. Hello? Hello. Okay. Hello there. Hello, Mr. Lightning Hand. Just assumed your gender. I hope that's okay. Are women in, like, Finland allowed to serve in the military? Who knows? You're done with Canto 5, aren't you? Yes, I finally am. We are now, in about like a minute time, starting with the 5.5 event. We'll just close my Chrome, boot up the game, crack my knuckles, change my diapers, take a sip, and then I'm ready. Clap my hands once. Update the game, apparently. Oh no. Does it? Sometimes I really can't tell. Hello, hi. Hi. Oh, I'm so done today. Let's hope that this is a short one. Can't remember how many streams it took me to go through the 4.5 event. Where they built the Mephistopheles ship. I need to enable my sound again. Oh. A little bit loud for me. Give me a second. Just gonna put it down for myself. For you, it will remain the same. Good evening. Hello. Hi. Hi, Arcane. Hi. Hello, ML. Hello, Lightning Hand. Hello, everyone else watching. Maybe there's not even that many people watching, which would be okay for me. Who's afraid of the big... Who is afraid of the big bad wolf? Not me anymore. I'm afraid of this fucking song being stuck in my head for 2 days. Again. I think we just get started, right? I don't have a lot of time to grind the remaining 6,000 I need to get the... I don't think I will get that, to be honest. I need 3,640 more. Ooh, I'm gonna have to fucking either man up or kill myself. What song? The song out of like Faust's Albtraum. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Oh shit, this will get the video claimed if I sing this. Big bad wolf, big bad wolf. Where do I get these egos from? Still, can I roll for them? I can't, right? Is the time is the banner over? Did I miss the banner? Should I have rolled? Oh shit. If you do mirror dungeons, you'll get a fair chunk. Oh, but that means I would have to do mirror dungeons. They're very long these days. I don't know. Did they make them longer? I did a mirror dungeon like 2 weeks ago. And while it was more fun than before, it was also very long. Oi, Clocky, get cracking. 5.51 tedium. Yeah, tedium is what I felt. No, actually I did enjoy chapter 5, looking back on it. Our wait in the lake grows ever longer. One by one the sentence begins coming to the tedium. Then Heathcliff suddenly and anxiously calls over to Virgilius. Oh, I get what? I get 50 battle pass stages for one hard mirror dungeon? I haven't done a single hard mirror dungeon. Are they really hard, or is it just hard? As our voyage on the Great Lake extends, the list of things to keep the sinners entertained grows ever smaller. In a way, it sounds like a serious problem, but... Oh yeah, this is not voiced because... Why again? Is it not voiced because maybe they needed more manpower to voice Rina in Japanese suddenly? Is that why? Is that why Limbus is not voiced all the time? Sorry for giving them shit, it's just that I don't understand why they would do that. I don't understand why they would not voice the small events. They're small! It can't be that much work. Guys, anybody got any fun stories to tell? No, for the 30th time. I suppose repeating the exact same phrase that many times is a talent, if it could even be called that. You're having trouble recalling what you said moments ago. Otis is like, think, like this. But then again, I don't know, like, has she gone through menopause yet? She has repeated that phrase 28 times, to be precise. At 30, I was planning to verify if she had suffered any damage to occipital region. What? I'm retarded. I get it, I'm just that bored, okay? There's nothing to do anymore. Tired of playing the same game of backgammon again and again. Sleep? I haven't been bored ever since I had a child, because when I have nothing to do, I just sleep. What the fuck was that? Good, I've got a job for you. Was I the only one hearing it? Oh, you can't sound playback because there's no sound, of course. How about you start feeding the seagull on time for once? Somehow it became my responsibility after all of you got tired of taking care of it. Yeah, what the fuck was up with the seagull in the ending CG, actually? That was very weird. Yeah, we're going to have to let the seagull go once we're out of the Great Lake anyway. Why do you even let yourself get attached to it? Just look at her, the way she looks at you, those woeful eyes. Oh, Gregor. What, the average seagull eyes? ... It was abundantly clear that the sinners were starting to slowly expire from sheer boredom. Can they not just kill themselves and then bring them back once we're there? Honestly, like, what would the ramifications be? Well, it's not really a problem that has a solution, and I had zero interesting stories to tell, considering that I'm an amnesiac, so all I could do was sit here and watch the sinners suffer. Putting them through the daily trials of the mirror dungeons wasn't the most exciting activity either. Yeah, mirror dungeons. Speaking of which, Heathcliff appears to be the one least affected by this mess. Well, it's not really like he can get bored with... I mean, he just disables his brain, I guess. Well, not that he was calm and aloof, that is. I'd say he's anxious. Virgilius. Dun dun. Brum brum. A frosty silence descended upon the sinners, and the source of that frost was the inexplicable event that played out before their eyes. Huh. Oh, Heathcliff, have you gone insane? Did you finally snap? This must be the side effect of the consultations. Maybe we can call this sense of self-preservation loss syndrome or something like that. Heathcliff! Shut your traps. I ain't mad, and my sense of self-preservation is just fine. Impressive, Heathcliff. I rarely found myself surprised in this series of misadventures so far, but this is one of those rare occasions. Speak. What is your business? It's our next destination is Teacup, innit? Is it? Is it now? Oh, I'm so looking forward to the next chapter. Can someone give me an ETA on T-Corp? Would that be ironic? Do you really need me to answer that? You know what I'm talking about. Patience, Heathcliff, though that seems to be a virtue that most of you lack. If everything goes according to the flow, you'll make it to your appointment on time. Since I had no context for any of that, all I could do was sit here and watch as Heathcliff scratched the back of his head. Must be... This is what it's like to play this as a tertiary, I guess. You have no understanding whatsoever of what Teacup does. Still out of the loop, but Heathcliff must be really anxious about something if he's willing to talk to Virgilius first, and after all that... It's not... What else could possibly be more important than a... Wait. Heathcliff turned around to face us. Oi, any of you? Got any history of Teacup? Show of hands now. I have, in a way. I resided in that place once. Right, but we already didn't we? Did we? Did we do Yi Sang? Is he better now? I'd be better if anyone did me. then yeah, soon it'll be... But we're still in the middle of this mad lake. Oi, Clockhead, what's today's date? How would I know? I guess I'm an analog clock, right? Huh? Can't you tell the date? You have a clock for a head. But clocks and calendars are completely different things. Oh, Heath, that was your 30th side today. Keep doing that and you just might half and puff our boat to pieces. Tell us, Heathcliff, your turn's coming up, isn't it? And whatever it is that awaits you there, you're going to have to prepare yourself for it. Oh, yeah, I suppose. There's no use hiding it anymore. After some time. Right, so to summarize, Heathcliff's starting to feel like his turn's coming up now that Ishmael's had her time in the ringer. And he's got good reason to believe that, because Virgilius handed him something in the last consultation that affirmed his suspicions. And according to that something, he'll need some fancy clothes and whatnot to refine his looks before we get to T-Corp. But since we're still so far from escaping the lake, you're starting to feel restless. Is that right? Right on, so... Yeah, so... There's not much you can do about that before we hit solid ground, is there? Oh, come on, Heath, that's it. Don't you worry, I can definitely help you with that. As soon as we find land, okay? We don't even know how far away from land we are. Don't we have like a map or a compass? Then we have reached the end of the scheduled work period for the sinners. Huh? Oh yeah. I hereby confirm today's close of business for the sinners. I reflexively set my usual routine piece as the light alarm played. Man, that wasn't even a big deal then. Ugh. Let me actually yawn. Okay. Let's see. Library of Reno, the Nintendo Switch is Japanese. The Japanese version will also release on other platforms, I assume. That would be really dumb if it didn't. You keep bitching about voices like a filthy sumer. Please stop. No! No! I will never stop. I don't bitch about the lack of voices. I bitch about the lack of... whatchamacallit? I don't need the voices. I just think that they are lazy. That's my problem with them. They're lazy. They're cutting corners. That's my problem with it. I can read, okay? Even if sometimes it doesn't seem like it. Please see the overlap between the amount of characters the Korean VAs do. Heck, yeah, that's not my problem, is it? I was hoping to see an act of dramatic bloodshed for once. Tsk. Well, at least he wasn't trying to stir up trouble for once. The sinners each got up from their seats, yawned and stretched, and one by one disappeared into the back door, which is not a euphemism this time. Oi, Clockhead. Didn't know they knocked your wits off along with your head. Sorry, but Gregor isn't completely wrong, is he? Can you even mince words at this point? Ugh. But Gillis and Sharon also walked into the back door. Sharon, Karen? I don't know. Mocking grins on their faces? And I was left alone in the ship's cabin, standing awkwardly next to severely crestfallen Heathcliff. Aha! Wait, there was another. Sir Heathcliff? Huh? What are you doing out here, girl? Run along, you. Go gush about the high and mighty fixes of T-Corp or something. Ahem! I shall have plenty of time for that later. Yet, thou shalt do well to treat me well, Sir Heathcliff. What, you little... Hold! Allow me to finish. Manager Esquire, Sir Heathcliff, come hither. Hush, hush. Don Quixote wore a confident smile. She slowly, gingerly walked over to presently and temporarily vacant Karen's seat. Whispered ever so silently to us. Forsooth, I have devised a splendid plan for thee. Forsooth? I have no idea what forsooth even means. Truly or something? Oh man, oh shit, we get like lunacy from this. There's 12 stages as well. Attempting offer, Don Quixote brought us to the helm of the ship. There it was, the monitor that Faust would analyze whenever we had a backdoor volatility. And there they were again, those unknown symbols. None of us can read. So what is the splendid plan of yours? I don't think there were words in this world expressive enough to describe that look on Heathcliff's face. It was certain that he had very scant expectations for Don Quixote and her plans, but there was that sliver of hope in his face that maybe, just maybe, Don Quixote might rise to the occasion for once. It was unclear whether Heathcliff's internal struggle mattered much to Don Quixote. However, she began excitedly describing her plan. Didst thou, Sir Heathcliff, ever hear the tale of the ancient and legendary fixer of Deviate Association, the Red Sack?
Have I ever told you the tale of dark blades is the word?
What? Like Virgilius? It is said that the legendary Red Sack carried out his deliveries no matter how terrible the terrain or how arduous the journey to all corners of the city, and with him was his sidekick, Reindeer Man. Forsooth, his magnificence have given away gratuitous gifts for children of the city that they deem to be kind. Children of the city. I'm having like a PTSD flashback. 'Tis but common knowledge, Sir Heathcliff. He appeareth on the front cover of the Fixer's Monthly every winter. Don Quixote asked, sounding genuinely shocked to learn that Heathcliff did not know of this Red Sack. What makes you think I'd ever read rags like that? Fie to thee, rags, thou sayest, Manager Squire. Surely thou hast heard of this magnificent publication? I don't think I have eyes to read anything. I knocked on my ticking clock head. Wow, it sounds really hollow. I didn't really feel the need to spell it out for her. So, none of thee has subscribed to it then? Mine words fell on deaf ears. Anyhow, what matters to thee, Sir Heathcliff, is that thou endeavoureth, wow, what a word, to make thyself more presentable than anyone else for this occasion, is it not? Finally getting to the point, eh? Go on. Marry? Marry? What's the... Jesus Christ, this old English is really breaking me. Good sir, a costume most befitting the occasion would be those of the Red Sack and his sidekick Reindeer Man. This isn't going to end well, is it? What, like those ridiculous fixers del Atadishir Adi? Whatever?
Atadishir Adi? I think I just need to go pull out that Stotskin accent, and that works fine.
It's not ridiculous. Fine, thou hast not even deigned to indulge mine only wish that we would cosplay fixes the
Atadishir Adiente
together. Thou hast not even given it a chance, indeed. Speak not on a matter thou know naught about. With all that talk of a splendid plan, I thought you were actually going somewhere, but all comes around to that fixer nonsense again, eh? Don't even have the energy to beat the sense into you. I'll get to it later. 5 honest hits to the noggin should do it. The sliver of hope on Heathcliff's face was beginning to rapidly fade. Prithee, share thy thoughts of the fixes that we have laid our eyes upon thus far. What? Embarrassing, were they? Remember, were they not fancy and impeccably dressed? Close not thy eyes and heart speak. Absolutely embarrassing sods. Yeah, that spandex bloke from K-Corp looked like he leaped right off a circus. Nay! Lord Siegfried was not embarrassing. I say that his outfit was rather dashing, wouldn't you agree? Allow me to explain to thee the materials of its fabric so that thy understanding... excuse me. Heidi hither, Sir Heathcliff. I'm yet unfinished. Why is the girl so hyper today? Well, Lord Siegfried is a special outlier, perhaps. But dost thou not agree that most fixers are all rather well dressed and wore honor upon their sleeves? I'm more of an arbiter kind of guy, I think. Honor upon their what? I don't know about that, but I suppose you were quite posh. Exactly. Follow the eye, and thou shalt see thyself dressed as impeccably impressively as the fixers are. Is that right? Sod it, I know shite all about clothes and making myself look fancy. I think he does look quite fancy already, he just needs like a jacket. And he's finished. Right, so... Well, maybe I'm not posh either. Right, so let's go along with your plan. Where are we going to get them clothes? Honestly, everyone's right. Where are we going to pick up clothes in the middle of a lake? Uh-huh. Yet I've thought of that as well. Recall the events of yesterday, the sirens that echoed across this bus. Dost thou remember? Now that I think about it, there was a siren yesterday. It went off not too long before I announced the close of business for the day. But Faust said that the backdoor volatility wasn't anything for us to worry about. Yet I was curious how indeed doth Faust determine which volatility is useful and which is not. Thus, as we all were crowded by the back door, preoccupied with returning to their respective quarters, I have, secretly and stealthily, availed myself the chance to glance at the screen. So, you took a peep at the screen? You know how to read those complex symbols? Nay, I myself had little hope of recognizing them, yet when I looked into them, I could very easily tell what the particular symbols on the device indicated. Forsooth, were a symbol of the red sack and the reindeer man, and next to them was a symbol indicating posh outfits. Oh yeah, I see him as well. They really should have released this earlier, I'm sorry. Or maybe I should have finished chapter 5 earlier. No, it can't be that simple. Yeah, no, it can't be that simple. I agreed with Heathcliff. However, Don Quixote remained enthusiastic as ever, as though she was already expecting him to say that. Dost thou know? Every so often, certain symbols appear on the numerous doors past the back door. Huh? Every respite, every passing glance, I made sure to watch them carefully. And 'twas yesterday, when, in the corridor, I spied myself the exact door with the exact same symbol that I witnessed on the screen. Ah, Don Quixote, you didn't! 'Tis my nature as an adventurer, manager Esquire, mine inability to quell the burning adventurous spirit, I prostrate before thee. Know that I have taken the sneakiest of peeks. Marry, 'twas not too foolhardy, I've only taken a small peek. And if I told thee that what I witnessed from within, that all my deductions and predictions have been proven true, could thee find within thyself compassion to spare mine soul? Absolute muppet, why in the bloody hell do you keep doing what everyone tells you not to do? Right, Heathcliff, I just don't understand why some people keep doing things that everyone tells them not to. I remember when Heathcliff ignored all warnings and went into the restricted areas past the area of the corridor that we're all allowed to use. We almost lost Heathcliff that day. It was a tad different this time, however. Back then, Heathcliff had no idea what was beyond that door. And this time, we do. Are you suggesting that we call everyone over to explore that place? Pardon me, another yawn, give me a second. Nay, the three of us will be more than sufficient to handle this task. All tales begin with a party of three indeed. Yeah, like the Three Musketeers, and... where else is there like three? A, B, and Carmen? You're just scared of the consultation, aren't you? I have nary a clue as to what you may be referring to. The answer to this predicament was right there. Tell them that it's too dangerous and shove them back into their respective rooms to rest up for tomorrow. Manager Squire, that zone, indeed, it appeared to be a place most peaceful to mine eyes. 'Tis a simple task, is it not? All that we seek to do is to enter there and avail ourselves of a few sets of clothes for Heathcliff. It was obvious that Don Quixote wasn't helping Heathcliff out of pure kindness of her heart. Maybe she hungered for an adventure, or maybe she thought she might be able to do that cosplay of the fixes she so admired. How does Dante know the word cosplay? But if we can find Heathcliff some nice clothes to put his heart at ease, then maybe I can do something about this before things get out of control. Why did Ishmael flash before my eyes? Like, did I fall for it as well? I guess I kind of did, to be honest. Like it did last time when I just let a sinner's anxiety stew and exacerbate. Oh, that's why. Fine, but we're turning around at the first sign of danger. Seriously? Come on, you were willing to do it if it meant that you could pick up some clothes. Well, I suppose we'll be okay as long as Glockha's with us. Why isn't he just wearing, like, Mersel's attire? That looks kind of nice, doesn't it? I guess it's because Mersel is fitting it out very nicely. Well said. Then let us reconvene tonight before Manager Squire's quarters. We shall knock in the following rhythm. Knock, 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 knock. Then thou shalt whisper a secret code, to which then I shall... Just go get some sleep. I really hope this won't be a waste of time. We agreed on a precise time before returning to our respective rooms. Did you read the Three Musketeers? There were actually four of them. I know, that was the joke, Amiel. That was the actual joke. It's like, D'Artagnan, Oh my god, what were the other ones? I swear to god, like, I didn't read them. However, I watched a cartoon about them when I was a child. Quite a lot. What's the name of the other Three Musketeers? 4 even, I guess. There's also movies about them. An Unexpected Journey. Arthas, Porthos, and Aramis. And the 4th one was D'Artagnan? Is that it? Or am I making this up? I don't know. Is D'Artagnan out of, like, the man with the iron mask? Who the fuck knows? All of the stories are the same. We entered the back door Don Quixote claimed to have seen. And it was what appeared to be a factory. Clearly not her first time in this establishment. Don Quixote calls over to someone. Yes, okay. Oh, alright. I love that. I love the fact that we can only bring 2 sinners. However, obviously gonna change the identities a little bit to stronger ones, I guess. What level requirement is this? 40. I will be fine. A dark, silent night. All are sound asleep. As we sample. This better be worth the trouble. It will be worth every trouble, of course. Now come hither. Quietly and sneakily follow Don Quixote, taking care not to make a noise. Are we really crossing this line? Bloody hell, lass, don't you know what happened the last time I crossed it? Alas, it will be different this time. All we must do is follow the corridor immediately to the right of this delineation and open the door here. So they're the symbols she was talking about. Past the door through the window, the symbols Don Quixote mentioned shimmered. Symbols that seemed to indicate a sack, a wrapped present, and what appeared to represent fancy clothes. So they're the red sack and the reindeer man symbols? Precisely. Right, I suppose you're the expert with these things. I'm going in. Huh? Hold on. Before I even had the chance to stop him, Heathcliff barged into the door. We found ourselves almost getting dragged in by sheer fervor. Oh-ho! We found ourselves in a rather sizable room. This place was decorated with numerous Christmas-themed ornaments. Warm, cozy, lightning reflected off the wooden flooring, and a maze of conveyor belts were installed all over the place. This place is... We already know that Christmas is a thing in the city. But I didn't think they would just outright call it Christmas. You know? Anyway, this place is a factory? Quite. And what are those things? Those little children like? Hark! It is I, Don Quixote! What the hell is she doing? The little figures Heathcliff indicated didn't exactly look like children. They all froze for a moment before turning around in our direction. They're elves? They weren't humans, that's for sure. Give me but a moment. I have already parlayed with these fellows. What happened to the sneakiest of peaks? Oi, Clockhead. Something's coming this way. Oh, Jesus Christ. These are not the elves I was looking for. A small but larger than others rounded figure scurried over and stood before us. What kind of voice do I give this thing?
Lady Don Quixote, you finally grace us with your presence once again, homie. And just as you did before, poof. Appearing from the most unexpected place again, homie.
Who's this, Don Quixote? I regret my choice. The one who shall grant us the wonderful gifts indeed. He rubbed his hands. Did he now? Or what I assumed to be his hands, together looked up at us and started.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, homie. You must be Lady Don Quixote's friend, miss. My name is Totoro. A gnome who...
A gnome! Should I switch voices now? A gnome who worked at this fake gift factory, homie? No.
A gnome.
Oh god, fucking, I need to drink something. Did you know that Christianity is quite spread out in South Korea? No, I didn't really, but... The city is not South Korea, is it? I guess inspired by it. Woohoo! I'm not a Nell. I'm not a Gnoblin. I'm a Fuck me.
A gnome who works at this gift factory, homie. And why, of course, I make gifts here, homie.
So the OA is more like ohm, because of gnome, right? A gnome? Gnome? Yeah, indeed, a gnome! Was that supposed to be obvious? What are gnomes anyway? So they're not humans, right? Which means we can kill them? Yes, these fellows are not humans, they're gnomes!
Yes, of course. Not human gnomes. Oh.
Didn't think non-humans were allowed in the city? I don't think we're in the city anymore. They're not abnormalities or distortions either, they're something else.
The city. I know it.
Well, why does it matter if they are not humans? What truly matters is the heart with which they commit themselves to work, that is.
Of course, you're absolutely right, Blade Home.
Didn't that Totoro gnome say something weird about the city just now? He just said the city. That's nothing weird. So it wasn't just me, huh?
Well,
this Totoro cut in on our conversation. Wait, does he understand me or not?
Do the friends of Lady Don Quixote wish for any present homes? Say we have fancy clothes and powerful weapon homes, or delicious cookie homes?
Fancy clothes? Do you really have them?
Looks like we've got a winner home. Well, then place this way.
The gnome said something about introducing us to the reception. Footsteps down to the reception hall and led us to a certain room in a scurrying gait. This seems more like a storage space than a reception hall. Oh ho, behold, there's a warm fireplace and a table in this cozy place. What more could thee possibly ask for?
And we have some delicious refreshments ready for you as well, oh. Please wait a moment, and I'll be right back with the gifts you want home.
The gnome bowed, opened the door, and scuttled out of the room. Are reception halls usually this barren? I've never been in one before, so I had no idea if this was what they were supposed to look like. I had to ask. Especially because it was starting to get pretty obvious, even with my rather limited experience, that there was something off about this whole situation. I've once heard the rumor that this kind of decor has been catching on in recent years. Yeah, I've heard that too. Apparently it's popular for some blokes to just deliberately leave their stuff lying around in some half-finished looking buildings. Is that what this is? Still thy heart, Manager Esquire. I shall personally be responsible for this expedition and claim ourselves shiny gifts. Push comes to shove, I could nab some of these. I saw them packing some shiny, expensive-looking stuff over there. No thievery this time, Heathcliff. Has the incident with the hair coupons already left thy mind? Oh, blimey. Oh, wait, I can't do a British accent. How do you say blimey, like real British? Blimey. 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 That sounds more Australian, actually. It's fine. Heathcliff was as foul-mouthed as always, but foul-mouthed? Blimey is not foul-mouthed. It's like, what? It was evident from his relaxing expression that his anxiety was starting to ease. Maybe the fact that we're here, about to find what we're looking for, was a comforting thought. Heathcliff, is it that important that you dress well for this occasion? Huh? Oh, yeah. A rather delicate but gently smoldering hearth. Calm, silent air, a perfect atmosphere to bring up uncomfortable subjects for some honest heart-to-heart. Oh, is someone waiting for you there? Someone who you'd like to dress up for? Well, I suppose you're not completely wrong. Oh, ho, ho, a secret, is it? Don Quixote excitedly and loudly dragged the chair up close to Heathcliff. I have to go back as a successful man, as someone of great worth, so that they'll know that I've changed, that I'm no longer that witless brigand Heathcliff. That's why I have to dress posh when I return, to appear like a man of quality. Oh, have someone stoked the fire of envy in thy stomach? Is this about revenge, like Ishmael? Revenge. Heathcliff leaned back on his chair, creaked as he rocked gently back and forth. I like the track. That's quite nice. There was a look of deep introspection on his face, which was, if my memory serves, right at first. Well, I suppose you could call it revenge, but what I really want to do is make her regret. Yeah, that's what this is. I think making someone regret is a form of revenge, actually. Like showing them what they missed out on, basically, right? That's what he's trying to do here. He's trying to show off. He's trying to show that he's better off. He's trying to show that he can do even better than what was expected of him, or what they didn't expect of him, rather, right? This is his revenge. It's making him feel bad. And I kind of like that theme because I can somewhat relate. Oh, I'm looking forward to this chapter. I'm looking forward to this a lot. I'm going into this one with a lot of expectation. I should read Wuthering Heights first, I guess, but that I don't know if I'll be able to. I think I own it somewhere. I need to search for it. I'll show them. I'll tremble over those bastards who thought it wasn't worth shite. What's the name of the woman, of Heathcliff's wife in the book? Oh. I swear it's on the tip of my tongue. So that she'll regret not choosing me, so that she will feel that regret down to the deepest reaches of her heart. I'll prove to Kathy, that there was no better man for her than I. Kathy or Catherine? Kathy. Heathcliff's eyes tremble a little as he speaks her name. He's mentioned the name before. His eyes trembled then, too. This Kathy must be someone pretty important to you. They already mentioned it? Yeah, on an offhand remark, I think. Woman he grew up with and endlessly had unrequited feelings for was Catherine Earnshaw, also known as Kathy. She was never his wife. Oh, okay. I know, like, the general gist of the story, but I don't know it, like... Is it good, Arcane? I trust your opinion as a librarian and as a countryman, I guess. I don't know. Are you, like... You're not 100% British, are you, Arcane? You count as, like, 2 countries. But your vote still stands. Of course, bloody important. So, what happened between the two of you? Between you and Kathy? Catherine, to be exact, and I call her Kathy. It's a long and complicated story. Uh-huh. Allow mine intuition to speak, for this Kathy must be thy lover, is she not? Wait, is that what she is to you? Dante's getting very excited. Huh? No, it's nothing like that. Okay, maybe a little bit. He's stuttering like Sinclair on a bad day. While his disposition was as brusque as always, I could clearly see that he couldn't stop himself from smiling from a mere mention of her name. And that gave him more than enough answers. Every sinner had a reason for joining Limbus Company, so... Maybe Heathcliff joined Limbus Company for this Kathy person. Makes me wonder what kind of a person she might be, though. Someone that's special, that precious to Heathcliff. Makes me wonder if she's part of NCorp, actually, or whether Herman has already recruited her, or if she's gonna do it after the chapter. Because that's kind of weird, isn't it? Herman keeps collecting these people that are somehow related to us. Maybe Kathy is, like, hanging out with Demian and, like, Rimjob. Who knows? Don't be so overdramatic. That ain't me. Now, I do this not out of my obligations as the manager, but I'm starting to think that I want to help you out, so that you could be the best man you can be for her. Indeed, we shall all be people of quality. Junk. Okay, let's see. It was interesting, but I feel it could have been told more succinctly. Style is important in telling a story. If this doesn't have a My Fair Lady reference, I would be sorely disappointed. So out of us, like, if you could score the book, what score would you give it? Okay. I want to color my opinion before I read it, actually, somewhat. I heard the door open in that very moment. It wasn't the reception hall door. That one was made of wood and wouldn't make the sound that I just heard. The sound came from over there, away from us, from a dark corner of the room. Then we heard sounds of metal scraping against wood and was accompanied by a howling blizzard. So those were sleigh marks, huh? A huge sleigh made its way across the wooden floor. On the marks that were already on the floorboards, it was flanked by several gnomes. The sleigh was red, and the sacks on it were either black or red. But they were all littered with flesh and blood. Okay, the gnome boy. Oh, you've just been gnomed. Totoro, we've got your next batch of ingredients right here, home. Ooh, my back, home. Come on, friend, home. Just think about the looks on our friends' faces when they open their present, homes. All is worth it, of course. Work worth it. Here, home, here, home. The gaggle of gnomes who were walking in our direction as they chatted and gossiped froze in place upon noticing us. Quit lollygagging, Ohm! Quit chit-chatting and help us out, Ohm! We've got a lot to process, Ohm! Besides, we've brought some live ones this time, Ohm! I think I saw some sex on the sleigh move. No, they were thrashing, like something was trying to escape. Is that? Grab your weapon, girl. What is the matter with these fellows are but hard-working. Hello? Is there someone out there? Please help. Get me out of here. Oh, what a joyous day, Ohm. This one's a fresh Ohm. No. But they're human Ohms. It managed to bring him in him, Ohm. How'd you manage to bring in humans so fresh, Ohm? So, all along, the factory has been...
Oh boy.
I could hear a familiar voice coming from the other door in the room as Don Quixote stood there flabbergasted.
Daughter has done a blunder, Ohm. That sleigh was supposed to be coming here, Ohm.
He's fucking my voice, Jesus.
Don't you worry, Ohm. Just a little game between us gnomes.
That's your excuse? Master Totoro.
Daughter is listening, Ohm.
Tell me the contents of those sacks.
Raw material for presents, of course, Ohm. Besides Lady Don Quixote, Ohm, Daughter has prepared those fancy clothes for you and your friends to wear, Ohm. Why don't we head right out to where...
What raw materials are they?
Oh, Daughter is tired of Ohms, humans like you. You lot, what I say about using the storage space, Ohm? I told you this was one-off limit, Ohms. What are you gonna deliver? Nothing but disappointed to our neighbor, Ohms? Even out here with gifts from our factory, Ohm?
I need to drink. I need to drink something. Gifts are made of humans. How unexpected. It's almost like Rudolta.
Oh, my bad, Ohm. And I already told the factory director to look forward to this batch, Ohm.
What was I thinking? This was absolutely not worth it. I know what you're thinking, Clockhead. So quit sighing and start strategizing. Got to get out of here, yeah? I know just the strategy. It consists of one button. Yeah, sitting here and feeling sorry for myself won't do anything. It never did. Got it.
Grab your tool, Ohms. Fresh, locally produced materials coming up, Ohm.
Right then, let's crack on, you little shitbags. But no one actually knows what is in Rudolta's sleds. I can hazard a guess. Hello, Malka. Hi. I love you. Like, as a friend, I guess. Oh my god, why is she ripping space now? That's okay. Alright. My bottle is empty, so I need something new in a second. What the fuck? These gnomes are kind of good. They're very strong. They killed Don Quixote. Oh no! Guess his identity. Well, then again, like, Jenny Don Quixote can solo a lot of shit. Guess we just got unlucky. Or I shouldn't have ripped space earlier. Right. Oh my god. It doesn't have an evade. Should just do that? Does this work, or would it have been better to just use skill? Yeah. Oh, it was pretty good. I love this identity so much. I don't know, it's just the animations are so good for it. There's something satisfying about them. It's like the Rhodian identity, the 10 association one. Oh look, it's Dodoru. Every surviving enemy gives this unit plus 2% chance to flip heads. When there are more surviving enemies, the surviving allies gain haste and attack power up. Interesting. Just do this. Bum, 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 bum. You guys are right, the music is quite good. Right. Nothing a good old snack harpoon can't fix, right? Oh, here we go. He's gonna get staggered. I can already tell that this music is gonna drive me crazy if I try to farm this event. But in like a very peculiar way. Oh, you some fierce thoughts. The fault lies with me. The light of confidence had completely faded from Don Quixote's face. So did an enthusiastic voice. No, I should have thought this plan through. Well, if we were to find someone to blame, the biggest fault would lie with me, the manager. Maybe I should turn around the moment I sensed that something was off. Alas! With that, Don Quixote marched towards his now abandoned sleigh. This is... Several mutilated bodies tumbled to the ground as soon as Don Quixote undid the knot tying the sack. Damn it. Afraid this was what we'd find inside the sack. Well, a total of 7 or so people in the sack. Or so. But they were all missing a few limbs. They were barely breathing, and some of them had already perished. I've never seen this style of clothing before. Looks like we're pretty far from where we were. I've seen similarly worn and torn clothing in the back streets, but the clothing they wore was of materials and styles that I'd not seen before. The back door must have sent us pretty far. First, they tell me that each district within the city had different cultures and such, so... Doesn't really matter, does it? They'll all die soon, and it's not like you can turn the clock for them. Let's just get back to the bus. Should we just give them a mercy killing then? Nay, here, this person here is intact. Mark, get a hold of thyself. Art thou the one who requested our help earlier? Oh my god, it's Pip! It's like white-haired Pip. Who are you? How many? 40 for the first time, 10 regularly. Alright. 5.54 monstrous gifts. What popped out from the sack we found atop the sleigh were several mutilated bodies and a small child. Looks like they were kidnapped here. Wonder what happened. Alright, we can now take... No, we cannot... Oh, I guess we're now going in with the others are going to look for us or something. Should we go for a burn-centric team? Can I even do that? I'd need to level them up, right? Bum, 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 bum. Let's just do that. Who do I have who's like burn identities? Brioche have a burn identity? Yeah, there's another one here. For Sinclair have one? What does this one do? Rupture. Do we have any Christmas ego? No, I guess I missed the time to roll for it. Here we go. There's a lot of 2-tier identities for the glue. I missed my time. And I guess I don't know why the banner didn't run as long as the event did. Just how it is, I guess.
그래, 태워보지 뭐.
Encop Sinclair? Oh, Encop Sinclair, you're right. He does burn. We're gonna level him up to 35 at least, okay? Not 40. Because he's too broken anyway. He's so good. Here we go. Good. Good. Also we're gonna... This.
태워보지 뭐.
Let's go.
몸이 따라줄지 모르겠지만 가라면 가야지.
Your clothes are all weird looking. I guess you're not from the village. The child was dressed in torn and faded clothing. From the way... She? She? The fuck is wrong with you, Project Moon? Okay, whatever. From the way she looked at us, I could tell that she found us rather fascinating. She soon woke up from a momentary shock. Anyways, thank you for saving me. My name's Crayon and... Huh? Clockwork Tea? The kid pointed at me and backed away in terror. The hell are you talking about? That's Clockhead. My name's Dante. Clockhead? But I heard that the Clockwork Thief look like clocks. I guess I also heard that they don't show up this high. I've never seen a monster like that before, though. Aha, but they are not a monster. This is none other than our very own manager Squire. Thanks for the intro, I guess. But I can't hear anything but the tick-tocking of the clock. Well, Manager Squire has their reasons. Are they unharmed? Yeah. Looks like the other people who were dragged here with me weren't so lucky, though. The child looks at the mutilated corpses with a despondent look on her face. Don Quixote casts a sympathetic gaze. So they were all neighbors from their village? Yeah, but our village will soon send the hunters to save us. As long as they can get here, they can... Hunters? I wasn't sure what exactly she was talking about, so I was about to ask her what she meant. But then I remembered that she doesn't understand me. But this reception hall storage room suddenly began to fill with gas of unknown origin. What's this now? Huh? Quick, hold thy breathing! An odd plume of gas, its hue red and green, begins to fill the room. This CG looks like so far... Can you understand why I do think that this is like of a lower quality than a lot of the other CGs? This gas, it's the same gas from when I was kidnapped. The three of them, including Crayon, passed out and slumped to the floor. Yeah, something like this has happened before. When we walked right into a room full of toxic gas, which killed everyone. Looks like this gas only knocked them out, though. A relief, at least. Guess I should consider myself lucky that my clockhead isn't affected by these things. Freak! I gotta hide. As soon as I hid myself in a corner, a crowd of gnomes rushed through the same door Dodoro came in from. Gas masks? So they use sleeping gas on us. Oh, is that all that's left of Manager Dodoro? All that talk of snagging free top-notch raw materials, and now look at him, a pile of meat, man, 1 2 3 all accounted for, I suppose, They're all fast asleep with the sleepy powder, so don't you all worry yourselves about harming the good ohms. Well, let's move the good ohms. They picked up Don Quixote, Heathcliff, and Crayon one by one, and loaded them into the sleigh. With that they left, closing the door behind them. And through it all, I couldn't do anything but watch. Right, looks like this is my time to shine. I'll rescue the 3 of them. No way. Should have listened when Ishmael offered to teach me self-defense. When did she do that? Last night in my room? What do I do? This harsh truth dawns on me every time we face total annihilation. The truth that, on my own, I'm completely useless. If they were with us, I could at least bring them back. But none of the sinners are here with me. What good am I without them? It's a miracle that I managed to survive this far. Miracle? What miracle? Come on, get a hold of yourself. Great. Now I'm hearing things. You're not hearing things, Manager. We're really here. Do you even know what a mess it was up there when we realized that the 3 of you just vanished into thin air? I bolted up and looked towards the voice. There I saw another door. from it, the rest of the sinners appeared one by one. Guys! Oh boy, it looks like I forgot about that slightly spalding read the end door. I will inquire about this incident later, Dante. For now, command us in this battle. It is not the same as the arena art style. It is not. Compare two images. It is not. Do that right now, Akira Flame. I know you can do it. Pull up this image and an image out of arena and compare them next to each other. Like, make an image for us to look at later. Like, upload it somewhere. Please, do me the favor. I don't want to do it myself. A look at the outskirts in a joke event is more likely than you'd think. I think it's the only look we'll ever get at the outskirts. These not so serious events. So I guess the event is just 12 stages, and in the last one you have a boss and you can farm that one. Why is it giving me like 3 waves of this though? This is... This is shit pacing all over again. 3 waves of just cannon fodder is... I don't understand why they would do that. Damn, even in a regular environment, she does get kind of strong, doesn't she? Oh my good lord, Gregor, what the fuck?
순식간에 끝내죠. 하지만 여기서 방심하면 안 돼. 지휘팀이라면 완벽하고 빈틈없이 모든 걸 끝마쳐야 하지 않겠어? 고통 없어.
Imagine girls having short hair. It's actually kind of cute, but she just looks like so much of a boy. Crayon, I mean.
방금 했던 공격은 매우 효과적이었어. 하지만 아직 부족해. 다음 공격은 더 잘할 수 있도록.
관리자님이 명하는 것이라면 탄원은 어디든 무엇이든 누구든 관통해냅니다.
Melsal didn't do much, apparently. It's fine. 5.55. Already 5? What the... Okay, it's going by kind of quickly. A touching reunion. Heathcliff and Don Quixote were both out cold, but I managed to survive thanks to the sinners who came for me. But I don't see the 2 unconscious sinners anywhere.
제가 앞에 서죠.
At that age, they're pretty much indistinguishable. Have you ever seen a boy and a girl? They are. They are distinguishable. Thanks, everyone. How did you find me? We entered via the back door. Did you now? The signals were no longer detected from within the bus premises. Then every sinner was immediately summoned from their respective rooms for the search. So soon after our break started, Dante, let's try not to do anything like this again. All of you were bored earlier. Bored out of your fucking minds. Be glad that something happened. I've seen little girls who were small murder brats. And still, they looked like little girls, didn't they? Even if you're the executive manager, rogue behavior such as this poses too great a risk. Please be wary of that. I'm sorry. So how did you guys find us? I've deduced it. Okay. I'm a detective now. As of late, Heathcliff was in a constant state of uneasiness. Considering the nature of our circumstances, I conjectured that there was aught that he had to do before our arrival at T-Corp. On the day in which the backdoor volatilities are echoed, Don Quixote made a relatively delayed return to the back door. And come the next day, she requested from me and Miss Faust an encyclopedia of common symbols used in the city. Yes, so Faust lent her a few volumes. Ever since receiving the volumes, Miss Don Quixote sat next to me and perused the pages with a rather enthusiastic expression on her countenance, although I could not converse with her on account of my conditions. Sorry, which conditions again? I do recollect that the following words were repeatedly uttered. Cosplay, costumes, sack. In summation, I surmised that Miss Don Quixote witnessed a series of symbols that caught her attention when the siren blared. And Faust was aware of the door on which those symbols were drawn. Based on that information, the sinners were able to find a way here. We engaged several entities of the corridor on our path to this door. Good thing we only ran into weaklings, though. An irreversible death of a sinner could have occurred in the process. What? Oh, because I wasn't close by? Wait, I need to be close to them to bring them back? So the one thing our enemies would need to do is to just grab them and run? Let's hope no one ever finds that weak spot. Holy shit. You understand? Engaging hostile forces in your absence carries an exceedingly high level of risk. You mean it carries a normal level of risk? You guys are just used to this bullshit mechanic of bringing you back? Could have been lost forever in some corner of the corridors as bodies, never to be revived nor retrieved. Like a normal human? Please comprehend the weight of your responsibilities and the risks your independent actions carries. You must survive, Executive Manager, no matter what. Do I make myself clear? It feels like she's grabbing me by the cheeks. I've never seen Otis look at me like that. Her gaze was cold and ruthless, and I got a little bit of a boner. Your survival was a lucky coincidence, Dante. The sequence of those symbols are not supposed to be interpreted in such a haphazard manner. I'm really sorry, I don't know what else to say. I believe that is enough, but... N-D-Q. DQ is Don Quixote, but what does N stand for? Yeah, Don Quixote, Heathcliff. Where'd the pair run off to? What does the N stand for? Oh, that's... I told him exactly as the events transpired. Seriously, how do you three even manage to survive this far? Oh, the enemies are shitters, that's how. None of you should have been afraid of dying, otherwise you are even bigger shitters. Alright, Manager Bud, I'm sure you've heard enough from the others, so I won't say more, but where exactly are we? Hey, which district is this? This cold. We must be somewhere in one of the northern districts of the city. Or... We are not in the city. What do you mean? I mean that we are not in the city. Those intelligent organisms, called gnomes, are part of a species surviving in the outskirts. Commonly known as monsters of the outskirts. Monsters again? After all that we faced at the lake? They weren't exactly like the whales, though. We could communicate with the gnomes. They were just like people, except smaller. Yeah, also called children. So we're in a completely different region of the outskirts? I would have liked to explore the area if the circumstances permitted. Look, the structure seems to have been custom built for the gnomes, considering how small everything is here. If this is the outskirts, we can go back, right? As long as the door we entered through remains open, yes. It is open, for now. What if it closes? Then an unexpected journey begins. We will have to trek the distance from the outskirts back to the city, which will be a significant endeavor in both time and effort. Isn't that a bit dangerous? Where's this sound coming from, Ohm? Eh? Oh, I struck gold, Ohm. Get it all, Ohms. Dante, come here to the back of the line. The door slammed open and gnomes began flooding into the room. We prepared ourselves for battle. No Don Quixote. No. N stands for no? You know what? When I see N, I just think of different words these days, to be honest. Like nice, for example. Also, this team has a pretty nice chain of like red and orange. It's pretty cool. If only there were more like free-tier identities with Burn. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum. As in, there is no Don Quixote here. Oh, thank you for taking up the mantle of Sinclair, okay.
우리가 우세를 정하고 있어. 하지만 여기서 방심하면 안 돼. 지휘팀이라면 완벽하고 빈틈없이 모든 걸 끝마쳐야 하지 않겠어?
자연스러운 것입니다.
제대로 가보자고.
보여? 개체가 더 이상 움직이지 않네. 이대로 남은 대상을
Oh.
움직일 수 없게 만들어.
Let me pour myself something to drink while this is going on. Dum, da-dum, da-dum, dum, 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 dum. You guys want to talk about chapter 5 like after the recording, or so I can actually concentrate on what I'm doing? I guess so, right? I can give you a slight spoiler. I think I said this earlier. I was actually positively surprised and fine with how the dungeon played out. It's kind of hard to talk about it now because in a second I will have to get back to the story of this. I liked it. It was a little bit long, maybe the dungeon, but that could have been me. I did get somewhat lost in the encounters, as in I tried to hypothesize a lot as to how to do it instead of just doing stuff.
보냈고.
자연스러운 것입니다.
불타올랐군요.
But spoilers, I cleared it all in my first try.
고통 없어.
Even though I did think that I would die during the last fight against Ahab. Ahab Ego Awakened. But I didn't. I somehow winged it. I can see the similarities with humans, but they certainly aren't humans. That's not a nice thing to say about children, Ishmael. Except for the odd verbal quirk, these monsters are impressively communicative. I don't even know if they should be categorized as monsters. Again, that's not a nice thing to say about little kids. The definition is often arbitrary. Some may call them monsters, yet others may call them members of a different, sentient race. Wow. Faust. That is racist. I appreciate your analyses, but we should probably get moving. We still don't know where Heathcliff and Don Quixote are. You always say the right things at the right time, Executive Manager. Exploring the outskirts area will carry higher risks than our usual operation grounds. To ensure the manager's safety, we must first establish a more structured plan. Boom! Well, I'd say the easiest answer would be to leave the two of them, but the easiest path isn't always the right one. Ishmael kicked open the door the gnomes rushed in from. It was I imagine she would have said that with a sassy and smug tone, right? I like that, Ishmael. Come on, let's go. We'll protect the manager and save Heathcliff and Don Quixote. I have to say, in a weird way, the Project Moon writing always manages to shift the characters after their chapters just a tiny bit. Not as much with Gregor and Rodion. Maybe I didn't notice because we didn't have a lot of time for Gregor and Rodion to establish their actual characters. Especially Gregor. But starting with Sinclair, there were slight changes with Sinclair after his chapter. In his demeanor. There were definitely changes with Isang. And even now I feel like already I can tell that Ishmael is somewhat different to before, which is how it should be after they resolve the troubles, right? They should be more of themselves, basically. And I love that. This is very good writing, I think. Hard to pull this off. I don't even understand how they do it. Maybe I'm just interpreting it that way because I've said this in my recording of the dungeon as well. Maybe it is because I am on the journey with these sinners that I'm interpreting it as, okay, they've resolved something, they untied the knot in their heart. Now they're better off for it. Maybe it's the voice acting in some cases, where like they have slight changes in the voice acting to sound differently. Maybe there really is like a certain intention of the writing that they're like somewhat different. Who the fuck knows? But it's very well done. No matter what it is very well done. Either the game is tricking me into thinking it, or they can actually do it with slight tweaks. They must have been taken to a different sector of this factory. Crayon must be there with them. We have to find them, quick!
이 불꽃이 필요하시다면
They nerfed the final fight, and I think the one before it? I don't know. Like I did it a few days ago. It was hard enough already. I don't know how it was before. Or what they nerfed, basically.
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 계속
I would have been okay with retrying it a few times, to be honest, even though it was a very long fight. Like having to go through 3 phases like that is like really ruined here.
궁금했던 공격은 매우 효과적이었어.
My recording of the 3rd floor is like over 2 hours long. I need to split it into videos.
일발장전.
불타올랐군요.
My recording of the 2nd floor is 1 hour. And my recording of the 1st floor is 1 hour and 40 something minutes. So I'm gonna have to split the 1st floor into 2 videos as well, which means
우세를 정하고 있어.
I will be looking at the next 5 weeks of dungeon content, basically.
팀이라면 완벽하고 빈틈없이
I'm thinking about maybe doing a week where I release 2 videos. Just to get on track a little bit, but at the same time I would kill myself because of the editing that comes with it. Having to do this once a week is hard enough. I can't remember how I did it twice a week in the beginning of Limbus. But those were also shorter episodes, weren't they? So I don't know if I can get the episodes short enough, I might split them in 2 and like release 2 a week.
제가 묻었네요.
Let's see how Project Moon tricks us and Heath stays the same after this counter due to him being dumb. Relatable. I think he might mellow out. I think he might become calmer. He already has a very high range of emotions, even though he doesn't get a lot of opportunity to show it. But he very obviously cares for the other sinners already,
관리자님에게
as like
평가를 받을 수 있겠어.
as it's obvious, like with Ishmael,
우세를 정하고 있어.
in his own
여기서 방심하지
way, right, in his own rough way, he does care for them.
완벽하고
자연스러운
빈틈없이
것입니다.
모든 걸 끝마쳐야 하지 않겠어?
So what I would like to see is to see him take some responsibility or something, because I think he's not one of the deciding characters. He's not one of the ones that go, okay, we're gonna do X or Y now, right? It would be kind of nice to see him take that role for once. Maybe that can happen in like the dungeon or something. 5.57 to find a pair. They must have been taken to a different sector. Are these just straight up fighting ones? I don't know.
이 불꽃이 필요하시다면
Look, I will be blunt with you. That's a great pun, Lightning Hand. That's a great pun.
하루의 시작이네. 그렇지?
It's not actually dumb, he's just blunt damage.
대답 소리가 잘 들리지 않아서.
Heath is one of my favorites in the Project Moon vs. character. I agree.
공격은 좋았어.
I agree. He's like,
이거는 좋을 텐데.
design-wise and personality-wise, I think he fits in the universe very well.
제 상태가 좋지 않아 보여. 이 틈을 파고들어서
And I'm so looking forward to it. When does the chapter release? Is it really at the end of the season? Like the battle pass, not the battle pass, like, yeah, like the battle levels say there's like 60 days left for the season or something.
완벽하고 빈틈없이
Are they really gonna do that, or do you think they're gonna delay it and make it run longer?
일발장전. 안심해라. 고통은 없어.
우리가 우세를
Come a long way from bashing Sinclair in the head.
제 불을 따라오십시오.
완벽하고 빈틈없이
What did he say earlier? Like a few honest hits to the noggin. I can actually understand where he's coming from. Hit! I don't know, it's not Dodoro, it's the manager gnome. Should we read the passives on these guys actually?
없게 만들어보자.
No, fuck that shit.
제 불을 따라오십시오.
Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, dum.
방금 했던 공격은 매우 효과적이었어.
It's already driving me crazy, this fucking music.
다음 공격은 더 잘할 수 있도록.
Oh god. What a shitty skill 3, Honglu. Really not your best identity. However, Sinclair is carrying this massively.
쫓겨나갔어. 괴로워. 우리가 우세를
Oh,
정하고
come on,
있어.
guys.
하지만 여기서 방심하면 안 돼. 지휘팀이라면 완벽하고 빈틈없이 모든
Imagine being the guy responsible for making passes for the trash mobs. Imagine being the guy having to come up with the lore for them. Does anyone read the fucking lore? Having to go through these stages multiple times, the only way to read them is in the stage? That's such a fucking waste. They had it figured out how to do it in Lobotomy Corp already.
결과죠. 저는 선택받았으니까.
You could always even check.
그렇겠죠?
You could just check on the abnormalities, right? And read the lore whenever you wanted. Yeah, we need a codex. This is such a simple feature. Why is it not in yet? It should have shipped with it. Lobotomy Corporation already had it and got it right. Why did they just... This one baffles me the most, I think. The factory was much larger, much more complicated than it first appeared. Who are the gnomes making these gifts for and why? Oh. Gonna have to use some boxes, I think.
불로 정화하고.
And I already told you they are planning an encyclopedia. Oh, very nice. They're also planning to release 20 different chapters, Akira Flame. Just because they're planning it doesn't mean that they have it. It also doesn't mean that they will ever have it. I'll shut up about it once it's in, okay? Do you know how many games have been, like, how many features in video games have been promised just for them to never deliver? I'm not gonna give them, like, a special privilege of, like, just blindly believing them when they say they're gonna implement something. Again, why didn't it get shipped with it in the beginning? So now that I had some time to look around here, this facility appears to be a gift factory. I see. So there are factories like these that produce gifts. Christmas decorations everywhere. There's still some time until Christmas, though. Yeah, it's like 11 more months. Sinclair looked to the ground with a somber expression. Of course, him having a very special relationship to Christmas. I didn't need to ask to know how he was feeling. I wonder if monsters exchange gifts with each other? They didn't seem like the most hospitable sort. There's a possibility that they may be contractors to one of the wings in the city. I wanted to say no chance, but the city and the wings that we've experienced so far were... Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. There was a non-zero chance of that being the case. In the beginning, LobCorp also didn't have a codex. Oh, here you just go being a little smartass about it.
도움이 될 수 있을 거야.
Let me compare the finished game with this very blatant early access gacha live service game. Oh shit, no, actually this game isn't an early access game. It should be finished.
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 제압 개체가
Well, I guess all gachas are living, breathing abominations, aren't they? Constantly updated and changed. What am I getting angry from?
자연스러운 것입니다.
I just know that inevitably the encyclopedia will drop, the codex will drop, and I will just feel compelled to go back and read through every single mob that I've encountered in this game so far, which is a million of them. Arknight Space System still says beta. Well, they're keeping the door open. They know how to do it. Nowhere does this say beta. Should say alpha, to be honest. Been how many years? 4? Oh, don't even remind me of Arknights, please. I've just weaned myself off of Nikki. And to be honest, I have so much more time in the evening, because I don't spend like half an hour on another gacha. Hey, why did we get staggered? Weird. Limbus should be Sigma. Sigma balls? Bum 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 bum. Ba-bum, 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 bum, 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 ba-la-lum, bum, 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 bum. I'm not still playing Nikki. No, I stopped 2 weeks ago. Stopped. Sometimes I get the urge to log back in, but so far I've been successful in just telling me that I've missed out on so much now, it's not worth getting back into it again. This is the best way to like, stop playing a gacha. Force yourself to stop playing it for a week. And then you start thinking, I will never catch up again anyway. So... Hey, am I losing? Otis is dead.
이곳을 끝이 아닐 테지.
No. No, not losing.
자연스러운
Come on.
것입니다.
How was that game? Never played it. Nikki? Very good. Very good, actually. Lots of plot. If you look at gacha, gacha is like a cancer growth, constantly growing, causing pain, devouring your life, and eventually financially it kills you. I mean, a lot of things can be looked at as if they are cancer growth. Children? Your parents? Well, your parents are not constantly growing, but video games in general, women, men, everything is cancer. After spending some time battling gnomes and thrashing the gift factory, we soon realized that the gifts the conveyor belts were moving weren't your average gifts. Are they like ego gifts? Is that a foot? Is that a sign with the drawing of a foot? What's that doing here? This one is adorned with a depiction of an eyeball. These gifts appear to be made from materials that do not normally go into building these items. The shapes are of teddy bears, oil pastel boxes, toy trains. But they have an abnormally high concentration of protein as phosphorus. However, the decorations and the lights are made of proper materials. They must have salvaged the waste expelled from the city. It's obvious. GMFH. Gifts made from humans? More stuff made from human sacrifice. I guess the outskirts isn't so different from the city, huh? What's really concerning is, what are these gifts for? I guess the global elites? Who in the right mind would want anything like these? The global elites? Who knows? Here we go. Rich folks with screwed up perversions? Maybe that's who they're for. So... Do you mind if I take one with me? If they're making gifts out of people, Heathcliff and Don Quixote, will the gnomes turn them into gifts too? I do recall them saying something about locally produced materials. Then we must move with haste. I have discovered a location with high probability of their presence, presuming that they haven't been turned into gifts yet. After a long silence, Mersel spoke up, pointed in a direction. There, the placard says, Gift Assembly. Really glad that they made events in Limbus permanent, so I can just not log in for a month. Come back and I'll be fine.
깔끔하게 해결했네요. 가는 길에 우육면 드실래요?
Yeah. I mean, like the event itself is permanent, but the rewards aren't, right? It would be good if the reward. Then again, like, how do you force the players to like constantly play? You have to induce some form of FOMO, right? It would be pretty mean for them to not make these permanent if they're like serving as an introduction to like the new chapters, right? So they would shoot themselves in the foot if they didn't do that.
끌어넘칠 시간이군요.
Limbus has the least FOMO of any gacha I ran into. Well, considering that it has next to no materials, really, other than shards. It has no real base mechanic. Usually gachas always have a base mechanic, don't they? Yeah, it definitely is. Like, it is the least gacha ever. Yet still held back by the problems of like gacha, right? So that's a shame. Oh my god, Otis. Man, these manager gnomes are kind of scary. Oh god, Otis. Guys, do we need an ego? Do we need some capote?
불길 속으로.
Can this help? Oh yeah, that one's worth it. Thank you, Ishmael.
자, 이쪽입니다.
방금 공격은 좋았어.
Well, she has the passive now, I guess.
좋을 텐데.
Right? Bum, 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 ba-da-dum. Oh, here we go.
하지만 여기서 방심하면 안 돼.
It's one. I worried too much. Project Moon failed even at making a gacha.
끝마쳐야 하지 않겠어?
I think they didn't really want to full. Like, I'm gonna. How should I put this? I'm gonna judge in their favor. I think they didn't want to fully commit to making a gacha. I don't think they wanted to just go and make a run-of-the-mill gacha. I think they wanted something with their own brand,
보여?
with their own
움직이지 않네.
taste of gacha or something. I don't know how to put it. And again, I think that's a good thing. It's just that
많이 빠져나갔어.
it would have been better if they just outright had made a proper game instead of a gacha to begin with. What's the point really of the stamina system? Give me a proper game, yet at the same time still the ability to like spend $10 every 3 months, and I would have done so. I would have been more inclined to recurrently pay them if it hadn't been a gacha, to be honest.
자연스러운 것입니다.
Like, have just the monetization system of any old free-to-play game
하지만 여기서 방심하면 안 돼. 지휘팀이
with some, like, cosmetics or something, or just a way to just support the creator voluntarily. I know it's still voluntarily to do it now, but why is the stamina system here? Like, why? I know, because it's a gacha, but it serves almost no purpose. I get surprised every time I run out of stamina.
해결했네요.
The only thing I do with my stamina is turn it into boxes anyway. I'm using up more boxes than I can turn into a day, but yeah, whatever. 5510. Gift of Hatred given shape. That's an epic title for this stage. The location pointed out by Mersal was the gift assembly line. The sight of them assembling gifts with the materials they kidnapped was shocking. And the 2 sinners we were searching for were also about to be turned into gifts themselves. I want Don's foot.
이 불꽃이 필요하시다면
Make it both feet, please. I also want her eyeballs. I want to lick them. I want a bulb. I want to stick that bulb up my ass, as I said before. I think I'm hearing some odd noises from in there. Yeah, a rather high-pitched SOS. It's always a good indicator of wonderful happenings. Can you not giggle about sounds of screaming, please? Oh, SOS stood for sounds of screaming. I'm familiar with this tone. The decibel range of this screaming is an exact match with Don Quixote's. Wait, we've yet to conduct a threat assessment of the combat area. That area appears to be a closed-off space, which means... Otis, were Heathcliff with us, he would have said as such. Said what? I think I know. How bloody frustrating. Quit whinging, pick up your tools, and get cracking. Huh. Was pretty close. Ishmael soon blasted the door open with a powerful kick. I like this more active Ishmael. Meanwhile... where the bloody hell are we? Why am I tied up? I regretfully say to thee that we are quite screwed. Forsooth, we are fated to become toys in that hydraulic press. It appears that, when the time cometh, I shall be turned into a roly-poly toy myself that rises with every fall. Ah! Oi, shut your trap and do something. We've got to get out of these binds. Sir Heathcliff, I apologize profusely. 'Tis true that there was the tiniest bit of selfishness within me that I wished to procure the red sack cosplay set for myself. However, it was no lie that I wished to find thee an impeccable outfit. You little shite, I knew that this was going to happen. Once I'm out of these binds, I'll... At least thou shalt become an elaborate pocket watch. How do they know what they're gonna turn into already? Damn clocks again. I think they're going to turn me into a box of color pencils. Oh, 24 vibrant natural colors, or so it says. We've not seen living raw materials in a while, Om. But they're a bit loud, Om. Can you see if my ears are bleeding, Om? Om, the more they scream, the happier our recipients will be, Om. Om, then let's get cutting, Om. Boom. Heathcliff, Don Quixote. Oh, what a relief. They've not been turned into gifts yet. quite cozy in here. Everyone! How? We're here for you, Heathcliff. Clock it. Are we gonna kiss? Damn it, didn't think I'd ever be this glad to see you, Mark. Looks like we got here in the nick of time. Heathcliff was about to be shoved into the gift-making hydraulic machine press. Shall we just push him and bring him back to see if it works? I have hewn your straps. Descend. Look, I'm not the type to wear my heart on my sleeve, but after you lot saved me from getting turned into a pocket watch, I have to say it. But absolute idiots. You two had one job, to remain by the executive manager's side, yet you let yourselves be captured like this? You know what? Forget it. Right, get a hold of yourself, you two. Manager, what now? Well, we've got to trash this place. Come on, get ready to wear your identities. Why do we have to trash this place again? We barged in here. We are the intruders. Why do we need to destroy it all before we leave? I guess because we're assholes. That's why. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, ba-dum. Bum, 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 ba-dum. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum. Would you buy a Heathcliff watch? Yeah. I would buy a Heathcliff-shaped dildo. Bum, bum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Dum, 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 da-da-dum, dum. Da-dum. Da-dum, 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 dum, dum, dum. Alright. Gonna be a good one. Pew! Oh no. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Bam! 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 32 and a skill free. Quite powerful. Maybe I'm just really used to these broken identities. Which is why I'm making fun of these ones which are not as strong. Ooh. When you say Heathcliff-shaped dildo, do you mean in the shape of the entire Heathcliff or in the shape of Heathcliff's dick? Yes.
지휘팀이라면 완벽하고 빈틈없이 모든 걸 끝마쳐야 하지 않겠어?
격발. 단순이라. 고통 없어. 가져가라.
자연스러운 것입니다.
Ah. I wish I could turn off those skill-free close-ups. When everyone goes jam on each other, it is way cooler. They definitely need some settings. They need some settings to skip these. They need some settings to speed up the game in general. They need some settings to just tune the gameplay visuals to the liking of the player. After we defeated the horde of gnomes, like, give me a setting to just outright skip the ego skill sequence after the first time it is used in a battle or something. Or in general. Just skip ego sequences, okay? That should be a thing, because in every other game that I've played, every other gacha that I've played, there are special attacks, but you can either set it to never see the special attack animations, you can set it to see the special attack animations the first time around, or to see a short version of the special attack animations. And all of these options are just infinitely better than having to watch it all completely every single time. Don Quixote and Heathcliff fell to their knees before everyone. I also knelt down, feeling like I should be down there with him, but Otis tightly pulled me to the side. I feel bad for those two. I'm ready. Commence, Lady Otis. You absolute buffoons. How did you ever think that this was going to turn out okay? Or turn out okay, rather, not turn out okay. Are you even aware of the risks executive manager took to get here? How worried they were about you two? Well, actually, Clockhead was in on it from the start. Silence! Do not refer to the executive manager with such derogatory language. Insolent fool! Yeah, 'twas mine fault. 'Twas mine fault. My mother used to scold me like this in my youth. And then she died. Otis did not seem to slow down at all with his stern scoldings. And the pair fell completely silent. Their heads hung low. I decided to wander away from the scene. This guilty conscience was too much for me to bear. And if I don't see it, it doesn't matter. Is Crayon doing okay? Yes, she merely lost her consciousness from excess psychological shock. Are we gonna bring Crayon to the lake? Or, I mean, the entire village is gone, right? Are we gonna bring her into the city? How does the immigration policy in the city work? Can you just enter? Because between the districts, apparently there is some kind of process that you need to... Weird. She merely lost her consciousness. How did you find yourself at a place such as this? You are a human, right? We're really in the outskirts? Crayon initially appeared somewhat taken back from the deluge of questions, but she soon began to open up. So, you're really from the city? I'm from Cloud Town, the village on the north side of the outskirts. Are there a lot of monsters like those gnomes out there? Can speak? Yeah, there are many more monsters out there other than the gnomes. I've seen a few of them myself, but the village elders told me about the rest. Our village was built to keep the monsters out, to keep us safe. If this didn't happen, we'd all be preparing dinner back at the village by now. So they raided your village? Yeah, and they attacked us when the hunters were gone, so... Oh, yes, they need Hunter. I need Hunter too, I miss him so much. We normally don't get raided by them around this time of year, so I thought we were safe, but they suddenly attacked us, rushing in on their sleighs. Some of us tried to fight, but we didn't stand a chance, and everyone that they killed got shoved into the sacks on that sleigh. Passed out from fright, and they thought I was dead too. Got shoved into the sack like the rest of the villagers. Can we just shove Crayon into Heathcliff's body sack and he could just wail on enemies with her? She can like push from within to have like double damage? Oh, we forced you to talk about something that couldn't have been so easy to go through. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. Can I ask things too? Anything. How is Babby formed? Is it right that crayon boxes in the city have 48 different colors? And they have gold and silver colored crayons too? Probably. And there's just people in the city, right? No monsters like the gnomes that try to kill us, right? Well, there's arbiters, and there's like colors. And some people, they definitely do look like monsters. It's kind of hard to answer that, actually. Sometimes I'd climb a high hill to look at the city. I always saw pretty colorful lights from up there. So colorful that I don't have enough colors in my crayon box to draw them all. I wish I could live in the city. If I lived here, I'd never have to worry about getting attacked by monsters. I could live happily with all my neighbors. You might get killed by your neighbors, you might get killed by the sweepers. Oh, I hope we're gonna see the sweepers in Limbus, actually. I miss them. Bless them. You've really never been to the city, huh? S-S-E. I'm sorry? Same story everywhere. Doesn't matter where you are. Death always stalks us. Whoa, that was so cool. Can you say that again? Huh? That was cool? Oh, did you guys see anyone else nearby by any chance? I don't think we ran into any other humans out here. No, but he has to be here to save us. What do you mean? The best hunter of Cloud Town. If he was at the village, the gnomes wouldn't have. It appears that in the outskirts there are hunters who specialize in hunting monsters, akin to whalers of the Great Lake, that is. But wait, so if they're kidnapping and killing humans for these gifts, who are these gifts for? Ho ho ho! Of course, the gifts are for our poor and kind neighbors who do not cry. Executive Manager, retreat! I don't know when it happened, but a large shadow was looming over us. What is that thing? I am Santa, bring of gifts to our neighbors. Ho, ho, ho. The guffawing giant, garbed in red, carried a massive gift sack on his shoulder. It was definitely not a human. Yeah, it's that kid that wants the boss. Lo, the crimson garb. That is the crimson garb that I spoke of. The pair immediately jumped up from their knees and began shouting in unison. That's the Red Sack's outfit? Oi, then he's already... No, not the reindeer man too! Shut it. Cut useless chatter for once. After silencing the pair with a short, stern command, Otis approached me and spoke in a low voice. Executive Manager, since he appears to be of an intelligent species, I will attempt to parley with it. But we best prepare for battle in case the talks fall through. Yeah, that's a good idea. What do you mean by neighbors? Wings? Clients from the city? Oh, but we are denied entry to the city, are we not? Is that big lump of meat a gnome too? I happened to overhear the gnomes during our time in captivity. They call their master Beard Giant, which I believe is not a gnome. A giant? Really are all kinds of monsters out here, huh? Dante, that's not an abnormality, is it? No, it's not an abnormality or a distortion. I'd say it's closer to the whales. That's a natural phenomenon? Oh, do you yearn for gifts too? Yet your kind already owns all there is to own. We and our neighbors in the outskirts wish so dearly for that very day. The only day we allow joy and comfort in human gifts. I see. You produce toys out of humans and give them to those who harbor hatred for humans. Out of pure goodness of your heart. Here, where all those who have been marginalized and exiled by humans gather and wallow, we pour our infinite hatred and care into packaging these gifts. Infinite hatred. With my infinite hatred, I give you this gift. I'm resonating right now. Quite a verbose way of saying I refuse to negotiate. Ho! Why don't you come here and join us? Become joy to those who need it. We got the ordeal of Green Dawn, so even if we don't get them as the ordeal of Indigo Noon, I would be astounded if we don't run into Sweepers at some point or another. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna run into them as an ordeal. I think it's gonna be just like... We're gonna see them at some point. We have to. Oh my god, there's like 2 more stages left. 511, the gift-giving giant. Our negotiation attempt with the beard giant Santata predictably fell through, with no choice but to defeat him here. Insufficient in Kefalin. Once more. Please tell me I don't have to do this battle manually. I might have to bring the A-team for that one, actually. They thought about it even back then. I think it was quite clear that Rudolta was just an evil thing. I think it was more like a reference right now. I don't think there was that much foresight, basically. I mean, the whole thing of like Santa being evil or like gifts being used for evil, it's like a common trope, isn't it? Isn't it also like a story arc in Futurama, for example? If you just want to be basically subversive, you take something good and you make it bad, right? It's very hard to turn something bad into something good. But taking something good and just making it horrible and bad and evil is actually kind of easy to do. Like babies. Babies are kind of good, right? Now, flesh-eating babies. That's not a good thing anymore. It's a bad thing.
순식간에 끝내죠.
하지만 여기서 방심하면 안 돼. 지휘팀이라면 완벽하고 빈틈없이 모든 걸 끝마쳐.
Considering the OGLC labs when the outskirts, it does seem possible Carmen dreamed up about these creatures. Rather considering that these things seem to be naturally occurring, it means that Rudolta is also a natural abnormality, rather than an extracted one, right? That's what we can gain from that. It doesn't even come from the river of subconsciousness. It just. But Dante said they're not abnormalities, right? That's kind of weird. Did you know that there's a type of amphibian that feeds its young its own skin? It's true. Why do you call it a type of amphibian and not by its name?
아, 이대로 영영 움직이지 못하게 만들어보자.
Oh god. Yeah, I need a better team than that. Like the double star identities are not cutting it here. And now wait, why did Otis shoot Gregor? Just now.
우리가 우세를 점하고 있어. 하지만 여기서
Big thing.
벗어나면 안 돼. 지휘팀이라면 완벽하고 빈틈없이 모든 걸 끝마쳐야 하지 않겠어?
Oh my god, guys, really? Are you guys serious? Can I win a single clash, please? Okay. Sinclair would carry us, I guess.
우리가 우세를 점하고 있어.
You don't have enough SP?
조심하면 안 돼.
We need to construct additional pylons.
빈틈없이 모든 걸 끝마쳐야 하지 않겠어?
Goodbye, Gregor. That's what you get for getting shot earlier.
이번 하나가 더 이상 움직이지 않아.
Fuck off. She has 35 SP, by the way.
마음이 벌써 약해진 거야.
Well, no, not anymore, I guess. Oh my god, even Sinclair's Sega now. That's dangerous. Okay. He's dead.
자연스러운 것입니다.
We need to switch teams for the next... Oh my god, I might not even be able to do this.
라고 생각하는 직원이 보인다면
Target's bind, and if this unit has fast speed, gain clash power equal to the speed difference. Gain charge. There's a gift sack, which is destructible. Let me guess, this is the gift sack. You know what, everyone? We're gonna fuck that gift sack. Hopefully it doesn't disappear.
부드럽게.
They're just not good. These identities are just not good. They need like a number crunch. Okay, the gift sack doesn't disappear. However, now
이대로 똑같이만 한다면
the retaliation
모든
happens.
일을 포기시킬 수 있겠지?
Ooh. So close to being staggered. Oh shit, and now everyone has bind.
보여? 개체의 부위가
I think I'm just gonna keep ignoring. Just gonna keep ignoring it. He can't kill us all, can he? Maybe he can, actually. Maybe he can. Maybe this is incredibly dumb. Ooh, this is pretty good. Inflicting bind on him. Then there won't be any, like, speed difference, really.
완벽한 한 발을 위해
Yeah, it seems like ignoring him seems to be the way to go. Just nuke him down in 2 turns or something. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Oh, Otis. No, Ishmael. Please, I want to smash her. Oh, don't get staggered. Oh, fuck. Okay, maybe this isn't the way to go. Well, with a better team, you can just nuke him, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure you can just fucking nuke him.
가까이 오지 마세요. 다치십니다.
Any ego? No? Honglu?
순식간에
Honglu is entirely useless, I think. Alright, she's dead. Classic Ruina Unga Bunga method. Works 99% of the time.
고심네.
Not this time. We need a different team for that.
답이 아니었다고?
It's like a million poise as well. Look at that shit.
다친 사람들이 많이 보여. 하지만 괜찮아. 지휘팀이라면
How does he get... Oh, it's on hit. He gets poise. I guess I have to clash with this guy. Gain Hohoho. Gain poison self. Lose 1 poise. Base power -2. Let's get packing if the gift sack part is broken. Bum 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 bum. I'm gonna, like, I'm fully committed. Use the sync IDs? I don't think I have them. I think I have like 1 or 2 of them, if at all. Hey, he's actually kind of low. Like, if Mersault had gone first instead of this bullshit, I would have still won this.
아니면
Look at how high Honglu is still. But now he's gonna get staggered, so that's that, and this is this.
아마
Oh, not yet.
있을 거야. 하지만 모든 직원은 목숨을 바쳐서라도 최선을 다하고 있을 거라고 믿어.
Sinclair and only Sinclair. Oh my god, he's really close to dying.
상황이 좋지 않네. 다친 사람들이 많이 보여.
Oh my god, what the fuck is that?
괜찮아. 지휘팀이라면
They expect me to read all of this?
그렇지?
Look at this shit. They expect me to read this? It's a 9. A base 9 plus 3. Yeah, okay. Fuck that shit then.
부드럽게.
He has 1 HP, by the way. He died at the same time. I won! What the fuck was that? What was that? Humans, I'll separate the flesh from your bones. Santata's gut suddenly began to expand. All of you, hold your breaths. Suddenly a large figure leaped out of the dark and slammed what looked like a stake into Santata's gut. Whoa, tis the smell most foul. I think I'm about to pass out. Honglu, I'd win. A scent of potently fetid refuse lingers. Some sinners drop to the floor while the others gag profusely. Clearly this was a rather painful experience for all. This gas does not appear to be toxic. However, its scent seems to inspire an extreme level of discomfort in people. So you've defeated a Northern Giant, yet you don't seem to know the proper procedure for what to do afterward. Are you hunters from the city? Proper procedure? Immediately before death, a Northern Giant's body fills with noxious gas before exploding in a rain of acid. The man who staked Santata's gut explained as he approached us. You have to puncture a hole in its gut to let out the gas before its internal organs condense it into acidic fluid. Like a whale. Allowing it to cause a chain reaction could complicate things. Wins without reading anything? Project Moon is getting soft? Maybe I'm just that good. I'm not sure I have Sinclair. Like, Sinclair. Oh, wait. Wait a second. I did not get the X condition on this one, apparently. Huh. This is a story. I'm done with this. I can do the farming on my own. Ooh, we defeated Santata, but his body begins to expand as though it's about to explode. That's when we hear a sudden unfamiliar voice from somewhere. Woo, we did it, everyone. I did the event without reading a single passive, really. Whee! The stench won't come off. Who's that now? Mr. Domino! Crayon, who'd been holding her breath with her fingers over her nostrils, ran up to the large man and hugged him. At least you're safe, Crayon. That's good. After stumbling for a moment, due to the stench, most likely, Otis briefly gasped for air before approaching Domino. Hey, you, identify yourself. Name's Domino. I'm a monster hunter from Cloud Town. Monster hunter. I don't suppose I can call it a town anymore, now that it's just me and Crayon that's left. Relax, I wouldn't even think of hurting any of you. Huh, so you're the hunter that the girl mentioned. Otis relaxed upon Domino's confirmation. She leaned on a wall and looked at the floor in relief. Normally around this time of year, these monsters would have gone further north to a different village. Well, they would have made a bet. So I was on an expedition to help them out. Looks like they decided to switch things up this time around. When I returned, they'd already finished their raid on our village and left. Damn it, they used to be predictable, attacking only right before Christmas. Do these tragedies happen often? Though I can't speak for the city, I can say that this is a common occurrence in the outskirts. It's a hellish place to live, if you can even call this living. Survival alone is a miracle out here. Are there a lot more places out here like this? Like this mockery of a gift factory? No, can't say I've seen a factory like this anywhere else, but I can tell you one thing. Compared to some worse things that could have happened, this tragedy was nothing. That's the natural order of things in the outskirts. I do wonder, sometimes, if we were in the city, no matter how bad it gets in there, must be better than this living hell. Or you mean getting fucked by the sweepers? Or the syndicates? Or just wiped out by, like, a color because they feel like it? It's no easy contemplation to answer. The outskirts must be a hellish place to live, if what he's told me is anything to go by. But The city they admire so much. Isn't such a warm place itself, what I've seen in my journey so far at least. Dante doesn't even know half of it either. Aha! Then accompany us back to the city. We were on our... Don Quixote stopped herself, realizing that every other sinner was giving her a look of disapproval. Thank you for your kind words, at least. I wish it were that easy. Could at least let this child enter the city somehow. Just like that. But the city... There's no place to spare for this child. Not even a small corner of it. Again, shove her into Heathcliff's body sack. Even if you were to somehow make it past the city's walls, there are countless variations of paperwork and procedure you must overcome before you can live the kind of life you desire. Huh. And what would people like us even do with such paperwork? And where would we find them out here? Not study or work to find a job in the city as some youths of other villages do. Mister! It was an uncomfortable silence. Domino cleared his throat and continued. I must still extend my gratitude for keeping the girl safe until my arrival. I know a good way to extend your gratitude. Oh my god. Does she want him to suck a dick or something? Maybe he can extend us a nice pouch of shiny and jangling bag of... Ronin's eyes were twinkling. She wants a bag of semen? The lingering stench made it difficult for her to speak, but she was determined to make a point. Something shiny and jangling? Sure, maybe I can give you a tour of some antique items that keep at home. Sorry. Precious items salvaged from the locomotive tracks of the outskirts. Not something you'll see every day in the city, I'm sure. The locomotive tracks? Items from the outskirts. That tour alone could be worth much more than just pure cash. Faust, there's still a decent chance that the door we entered through might just shut behind us, right? Indeed. In fact, it is unclear whether the door is still open. I recommend a quick return to the bus. Now that our two primary objectives have been secured. I'm sorry, which two objectives again? Don and Heath? So she says... If you would permit me to speak my mind, Executive Manager. Even if this is not the Great Lake, the outskirts is an extremely perilous place. This curiosity cannot be a reason for us to risk getting stranded in this environment. Looks like you've got to hurry back. Well then, catch. Domino tossed a carved wooden doll in my direction. Does not appear to be anything dangerous. Well, by now it would have been too late. Imagine if it had been a grenade. Let us inspect it further after we return. We mustn't dally any longer than we have to. Yeah, good idea. Why did he throw it to Dante, the one person he doesn't even understand? Some sinners had passed out and had to be carried by others. Most could not stop gagging at the stench, but we still made our way back to the door. The doors remained open. We made it back to the safety of Mephistopheles. Some time later. Boo, Stinky, Karen, evacuate, evacuate. Karen quickly made her escape to the decks. Huh. Virgilius greeted us in the cabins with a terrifying gaze. Looks like everyone had quite the adventure. Covered in blood and guts and with a disgusting stench to boot. Oh, this is... Manager, I can't hear you anyway. So just reply to my query with a nod or a shake. Your replies better match up with my expectations, of course. What, are you threatening me to kill me? Yeah, then go on. Fucker, see what happens. I've but one question. Was it you who made the call? I hesitated for a moment before nodding affirmatively. Might get reprimanded, or maybe he has worse things in mind for me. Was I who decided to go along with the plan? This would not have happened without my authorization. Or authorization, rather. Good, then my questioning is over. Huh? I will leave it to you to deal with this mess. You may rest afterward. Please, do something about this foul stench. Well then. Dante, did you make them do this, Dante? With that, Virgilius disappeared into the back door once again. Huh, that's unexpected. I thought my time had finally come. Be glad, the best consultation is a consultation not ahead, indeed. Alas, behold, one and all. I don't know when she had the time to pick it up in all of that chaos, but Don Quixote managed to haul a huge sack of gifts back to Mephistopheles. You picked it up from all that mess? I've laid claim upon the evil gnome's trinkets. Now that's some real commitment. What's all that for? Ah, art thou truly unaware of mine intentions? 'Tis for adorning our ship with Christmas decorations, completely unaware and oblivious to what this might do to Sinclair. Wait, now? But we're still like 3 months away from Christmas. What? Are we? Really? Were they? Agreed. Let us not risk peeling old wounds to lower the morale of our company as... Oh, it's okay. It's been getting better with time, little by little. Yeah, we can all grow beyond it, eventually. Marvelous. And this appears to be an occasion most fit for party. Then, what say you? Don't tell me you went through all that trouble for some party decorations? According to Dante's explanations, this incident was spurred on by Heathcliff's need for an outfit. Heathcliff has been silently brooding in his seat with his face buried in his palms, but of shame most likely. Verily, verily, yet that very costume we had sought was worn by none other than that monstrous giant. I don't suppose it would fit Sir Heathcliff anyhow. Forget it. Wasn't the kind of look I was going for anyway. What did I say, Heath? We'll help you out as soon as we land, okay? Outfit's one thing, yeah, but the... We are speaking of the port ship we sailed past. The port ship on which the hair salon that printed those hair coupons conducts their business. Oh, that's why he wanted the coupon! The coupons could not be used as the port ship was not on our chartered route. Leave it to me to style your hair. I've done my sisters' and younger siblings' hair pretty often. We don't know how long we'll be floating on this damn lake anyway. Besides, I don't even know how to dress myself proper. I was going to attempt a trial and error method. Wait, how can you trial and error while dressing yourself? Okay, but can you at least tell us what it is that Virgilius gave you? Just so that we know what exactly you're so anxious about? Also, what about the wooden doll? Sod it. After a deep heavy sigh, Heathcliff produced a letter? So that's the something Virgilius gave you. I guess it's an invitation. Oh, I remember. My family's used this envelope before. It's made from really expensive paper, made only limited quantities at a time. It's quite a luxurious envelope. Can we read it, Heath? Sure. It's nothing impressive. Then Dante, why don't you read it out loud for the rest of us? Sure. Wait a second. I forgot I have no eyes. I can't read. Already handed me the letter. It was written in a beautiful series of cursive handwriting, drawn to an almost calligraphic perfection. I began reading. From Wuthering Heights. We cordially extend you, honored guests, an invitation to the... what's this here? Somebody colored over this part of the letter. Well, I'll keep reading. Venue, Wuthering Heights, Teacup Nest. Should you accept our invitation, please convene at the designated location by 4 in the afternoon on the 24th of this letter on your person. Please honor this occasion with your presence. With great respect, Nelly. Oh, Nelly! Oh, and down here's a postscript. It's written in a different handwriting from the rest of the letter. P.S. You have to be here, Heath. I'll be waiting. Kathy. Sounds like a fucking threat, doesn't it? That's like a goddamn threat. You have to be here. Also, it's in purple, like his nameplate. I do wonder if we're gonna do like a reverse. What's that thing where these rich people? Like there's different stories that are in the same way. Like it usually goes like two people have a bet that they can it makes like a poor person attend rich parties and stuff, and like act like a rich person and like a posh person. What's this about? It's like a popular story, and it's been retold several times. Pygmalion? Is that Pygmalion? Is that what I'm thinking about? Also known as My Fair Lady. Oh, so yeah, okay, you were making that reference earlier, right? Do you think it's gonna be like a My Fair Lady situation with Heathcliff, that we're gonna make him act like posh and stuff? And this is like our bet. We had no way to tell what kind of occasion it was on account of it being colored over, but oh my god, is it a wedding or something? Clearly the rest of the letter's contents had stoked the fire of passion in Heathcliff's heart once again. So, you gotta look fashionable and classy for this cafe person, right? Oh yeah, but there's more to it than... Shh, quiet now. Now I can clearly see why you were so impatient, Heath. Oh, the way she said Heath. Ooh, it makes my heart flutter. Huh? Why are you looking at me like that? Oi! I leave it up to you to style his hair, Master Hairdresser Hong Lu. Hoo-hoo, I wouldn't call myself a master. Oi, wait! Where are you taking me? What in the bloody hell is this grip? Yeah, Ryder's got quite a grip strength. How does she know? You won't free yourself from her anytime soon. I want like a Rule 34 picture of Roddy just grabbing Ishmael by the neck and passionately kissing her. Have I said this before? I think I've requested this before. The two sinners, practically hauling Heathcliff by his arms, disappeared into the back door. Now, Heathcliff's fate was sealed, to be a mannequin to now motivated and unbearably bored Roddy's various experimentations. Ah, I can hang this trinket here and... Don Quixote began humming a song, a carol perhaps, as she placed the various trinkets around the bus. I decided to go out the deck for some air. I leaned on the railing and dug through my pockets. The wooden doll Domino and the Hunter gave me, just as we hurriedly left. I held it and felt its texture under my fingers. My eyes looked into the distance, toward where the outskirt lies. I thought for a moment about the gnomes, the giant, and the things Domino told me. It wasn't much, was it? I suppose there are people with stories in the outskirts too. Stories different from those of the city. Faust approached from behind and stood next to me. I wasn't sure how much of what I said she heard. Follow the stars, Dante, star by star. Then you will one day learn. But for now, follow the closest star that shines before your eyes. Yeah. I have to focus on the stories of the city for now. I don't even know who I really am after all. Joyous laughter and frustrated howls echoed out of the cabins. They must have finished dressing up Heathcliff. Why don't we go take a look at how Heathcliff is doing, Faust? Make a rather tempting offer, Dante. The added color to the bus's interior warmed my heart a little. Oh, that's kind of nice. Rodin grabbed Ishmael during that scene with Pilot at the harbor. Yeah, but can I still please get... Oh my god, there is actually... Like, this is the repeatable one, right? I don't need to do this on stream. I can do this later. Oh my god, I get 170... Oh, no, 120 for the first time, 50 afterwards, I guess. Whereas this one gives me 10 every time. So Rodian grabbed Ishmael at the harbor. I still want someone to create this Rule 34 picture for me, please. Can you make it in an AI prompt, please, Lightning Hand? Or maybe Arcane can draw it for me? Let's check our rewards. What have we gotten so far? Oh, I'm tempted to just roll something, but there's no banner currently on that I want. How much until I get the first ego? Oh my god, to make it bearable. Is it any good even? Randomly select one of the following effects. Burn, bleed, tremor, rupture, sinking. What's the passive? When this unit has a status effect or negative effect. And if the main target or the attacker has a positive effect, inflict one more. And gain one more. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Why is there not a claim all button? Well, you ask me. I can tell you. Maybe because they forgot to add it. Who knows? There's a lot of pull tickets in this one. Jeez. Decent for Rupture Team? Yeah, I guess. Anything else in here I want other than the ego? I really couldn't care less about like the profile thingy. I guess I want to go to 3,500 for the pull. That's actually good. All right. I'm gonna stop the recording here. I'm gonna keep the stream running because there's lots of Let's Talks. So bye YouTube. That was A Miracle in District 20, which was not happening in District 20 actually. It's more like a miracle in the outskirts, but whatever. Bye YouTube. Bye bye.